Hello and welcome to today's video. This is a really exciting one. This is my reading journal for 2024, and in this video we're going to be setting it all up. I'm so excited. I absolutely love using my reading journal in 2023 and there's so many things I want to do with this. So if I open it up, I have already gone through and penciled the pages out that I know I want to include. So you know, we've got like our reading goals, our bookshelves, anticipated releases, book purchases, and many more. You can ignore the green tabs, they're just for me, for my goal of like hoping to set them all up in one go. I've split them up into 4 equal days. I don't know if it will take me 4 equal days to set this up, but that's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, we're just going to go through and do it. What I'm going to do is, the way that I normally do these videos is I introduce it all at the start and then we time lapse our way through it, and you can sit there and watch with music on, and then at the end, after the time lapse, I normally sit down and take you on a flip through of how it's finished and my thoughts and feelings on how it's finished, why I did things, why I didn't do certain things, if I like it, if I don't like it, all that jazz. What I'm also going to do is, in between the time lapse and doing the flip through, I'm going to come in and tell you everything that I used, because right now I don't know what like pens and pencils and stickers and papers I'm going to use. Like, I'm really kind of leaving this up to chance. I'm hoping that I'll make it look good, but every time I sit down to do this, like today I've grabbed a few different bits out, but every time I sit down and try and do this, I'm just going to grab more stuff out that I think could be cool. So in between the time-lapse section and the flip-through section, there will be a section where I tell you the equipment that I used. But yeah, that is basically it. This is my reading journal. It's going to be the setup of all of the yearly spreads that I need to do to get me set up and started for the year. I really enjoy tracking, so there's lots of tracking pages. I really enjoy like competitions. You can already see there's stuff printed out. I've got bingo boards printed out, series trackers we do, challenges like the alphabet challenge, all sorts. We're going to do it, we're going to set it up. So if that is something that you're interested in, do carry on watching. We'll do the time-lapse portion now, and then we will be able to sit back and relax whilst we watch that and talk about how it looks at the end. I am very excited for this, but also very nervous, because I'm like, last year's turned out so cool in my opinion. I really hope this one turns out as cool too, but there's only one way to find that out, so let's start finding it out. still doing this page, but I've just had a memory card error, so I don't think you've seen me continue down with this, but we're just gonna keep going. Okay, it is time to go through the reading journal. First of all, quickly, let's talk about the stuff that I used. Any of the papers and stickers that I used, that was all just random stuff. I haven't purchased anything specifically to make this. It's all just leftover stuff. Any of the like brony, goldy, like anything like that, that coloured paper, that's all just packaging that I've reused. Like when books have arrived, when things have arrived in the post, I just put all that to the side, and that's just that's being reused. I haven't got it from everywhere, I just reuse what I get. And then stickers are also all just very random at this point. The only things that are not random is the butterfly stickers and any dragonfly stickers that you saw. I don't have the packaging for the butterfly stickers, but this is the packaging for the dragonfly stickers. I believe Moking Travel, that's what hopefully that's focusing. I believe that's what it says there, so I think that's the brand of them. And I mean, yeah, I like them, they're good, but everything else is just random stuff. But pens and stamps, that I can talk about. This I actually just got from Amazon a couple of years ago now, but it's just a massive set of like all of the alphabet stamps, and lowercase, uppercase, and then numbers and a few things like question marks and full stops and stuff. So that's it in terms of stamps. And then all of these are secondhand except for these. This is just the large alphabet stickers that I use, and I got these from The Range, which is just like a, not a supermarket, but like a store that sells a lot of things for cheap in the UK, kind of like B&M, Home Bargains, that sort of thing. And then all of these I've just brought from Vinted secondhand. So I think that this was in like a subscription box, these ones, and then these are just other random ones that I've liked the look of, so I've purchased them for £1 or £2 each kind of thing. So that's it in terms of stamps. The main colours that you'll have seen me using throughout this are these zebra mild liners. I do have two different types. So there is this type which has a clear lid, and in this one the double ended point is a brush one end and super fine the other end. And then in the other type that I have, again double-ended, but one end it's bold, which is essentially a highlighter, and the other end is just fine, so slightly bigger than the super fine bit. And yeah, that's mostly the colours that I've used. I did also use a few Crayola Super Tips. The only one I really remember using is the brown colour, but yeah, Crayola Super Tips are the other colours I tend to use. And then we just have pens to talk about. So I ended up going for Stabilo 0.88 pens. The main one that I used is this brown colour. The actual colour code for this is 88-45, but I did use all three of these throughout, but mostly this dark brown. My favourite white pen is the Jelly Roll 08 pen. This is just a really lovely like gel pen basically, but it's in white, and this is just the best one that I've personally found. I've had this for again a couple of years now, and I haven't used much of it. I just use it either to correct things because it can cover up mistakes, or to write on any darker paper, which is both of those things I used it for during this setup. Then the only other colourful pen I used is I did use this random gold gel pen. No idea where this is from, honestly. It's probably just a leftover from a big gel pen pack from when I was younger, but it worked. It's really nice, just a random gold gel pen. And then I also used a variety of blacks. So I used a Sharpie fine point, a Unipin 0.5, a Muji pen 0.5, and a Uniball Air in broad black. So those are the different black pens that I ended up using. Honestly, I probably didn't need to use all of those, especially the three that are just normal pens, but I used them and I'm glad I did. So yeah, that is everything I've used. I don't think there's anything else. Obviously I use like scissors, ruler, rubber, that sort of thing, but yeah, that's it for now. Let's actually look at the reading journal. So as we open it up, we've got this page that I will fill out, which is the page where you just put in your details if you lose it. I haven't done any decoration to this page. I don't think I will, but I always can if I want to. Then we've got this page, which I normally stick together because it's just annoying. It's not a full page, it's kind of like captured here so it doesn't fully open, so I normally end up sticking that together. And then we've got the contents page. For right now, I don't have a need to use the contents. What I will probably do is just do the months. So, you know, page 1 to 31 is yearly setups, and then I'll just do like page 33 to whatever, January, and I'll use it that way. But this is our first page that we actually set up, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm really quite happy with it. So this is both the 2024 title page but also my reading goals page. I will be doing a complete reading goals video, and I'm going to go over these and why they're a goal, why I want to reach them. But I really like how this turned out. I like the inclusion of the butterflies in the books, but then also like this gold paper here, this is like brownie gold. This is just from a book that I ordered. This is the paper that the Broken Binding used to wrap their books in, so I've kept that. And then this star paper is actually just leftover wrapping paper that I've got. This is just a random wrapping paper that we, you know, have to wrap up presents, and you know, you don't use the small cut off pieces, so I put it in my pot to be used in my journals. And yeah, I just think it's worked really well together. I'm really happy with it and really like how it's turned out. Then we have this page. This is probably my favourite page. It always is. So right now it doesn't look like a lot, but this is how I keep track of the books that I'm reading and how I'm doing. So we've got physical, audio, ebook and mixture, and I will choose a different colour for each of those. And then if book one of the year, if I read it physically, I would colour in book one, the physical. And this is how it will end up looking. This is my 2023 reading journal, and as you can see from this page, it just looks very colourful and very cool. Like yeah, I'm just a big fan of how this turns out and how it ends up looking. So that is that one. And then flipping over here, I haven't continued on with the numbers. I don't think I'll need both these pages for the books, but because I don't know how the reading year is going to go, I figured I'd just leave it for now, so I can continue on here and then decide if I just want to do one side or just want to do the upper and do something different down the bottom. I can figure it out as we go, but yeah, that will be more bookshelves. Flipping it over, we have our anticipated releases once again. Check up above, there will be a whole 2024 anticipated releases video. Currently these are all of them, but I've also left space to add more in because obviously around halfway through the year all of the books that will get released towards the end of the year will be announced. So yeah, I've put the dates underneath. A lot of them don't have covers released yet, which is why it's just got, well, you probably can't even see the pencil, but I have wrote in pencil on the marble paper. So for instance, you can see legacy number 2 there. I have wrote that down, so once the book covers are released I can print those out and stick them on top. Obviously it'll look better once I've all got book covers released, but I'm really happy with how this turned out and I think it looks really cool. I feel like maybe I went a little bit overboard on the stamping over here, but do you know what? I haven't really played around with these stamps before and I'm really happy with them. So yeah, that's it for now, and I think it just worked really well. Yeah. Moving on, this is my books purchase page. I'm determined to actually use this year and also to only take up this one page. Essentially I've done this for the last 2 years now. I've done a books purchase page, and both years around March, April, May time I've just stopped using it either because I ran out of space, which was like a couple of years ago, or this year I just stopped using it for no apparent reason, and I'd really like to be able to see them like this. I do also keep a track of them on the computer. There is a tab in the core pile spreadsheet that does allow you to keep track of new books, so I do also keep a track that way so I can see them, but I'd really like them here, and I'd really like to be able to keep a good track of like if I've read them or not, because I want to be reading the books I'm bringing in. So that is that one. Then over on this side of the page we have our Goodreads goal. Now for 2024 my Goodreads goal is only going to be 52. I don't need the stress. This year, as I'm filming this, I'm like almost at my Goodreads goal. The next book or 2 that I read will hit my Goodreads goal, I believe, and I'm stressed about that. I'm like, this needs to have happened sooner and I shouldn't be stressed about reading. So it's going back down to 52. That's 1 a week, which is perfectly doable for me. I think so far this year I've read 162 books, so I do want to read slower and more intentionally next year and read some of my bigger books. I don't expect to read that much, but I do think that 52 will still be perfectly manageable. And then this is kind of a bit of a spoiler, I guess. I'm pretty sure this video will be coming out before the book club announcement video. If it is out, I'll have it linked up above. But yeah, me and Jay run a book club. We did kind of like a test run in 2023 and we really enjoyed it. We have figured out that we tried to read too many books at once. We launched it halfway through 2023 and we tried to read a book every other month and it was just a bit too much, so we did doing a book every quarter and we eventually picked out the books. This is my little page. Jay is very kindly getting me a stamp for Christmas. It's like a little stamp that has 5 stars on it, so I do plan on underneath the JFM for like January, February, March putting the 5-star stamp, and then we'll be able to see what I actually rated them afterwards. So yeah, that is that setup. I really like how it looks and I enjoyed doing the colourful lines behind here. I wasn't sure if it would work, but I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, overall very pleased. Then one that I do every year, an Old Faithful. This is the first year that I've done it using these stamps, so I really like these stamps. Like I was umming and ahhing getting them because, like, you know, I already have these little alphabet stamps. What am I going to use these ones for? But I'm so happy that I did. So yeah, this is the alphabet challenge. I do have an alphabet challenge playlist where I'm starting to do recommendations for every letter. I think I'm on about F or G by the time you see this video. I mean, F's definitely come out. I don't know if G will have come out yet. But yeah, this is the alphabet challenge, and essentially you read a book and whatever letter of the alphabet it begins with, you can write it in. So for instance, let me just grab one. If I was to randomly pick up book 10 of the School Dog Repleasant series called Resurrection, in R I could write Resurrection and that'd be 1 letter complete. And yeah, I just do this every year, take over the course of the year and see if I can complete it, which, you know, hopefully I will. We'll have to wait and find out, but I'm hopeful. Then the 5-star predictions. Once again, I'm going to be adding the 5 stars in once they get here. But yeah, I really like the look of this. So basically these are 5-star predictions of books I already own and like have on my bookshelf. So when, you know, it happens and you're like, oh, I just want a new exciting book that I'm really excited about and think it's going to be amazing, this is a really good page for me and has proven to be a really good page for me to be like, no, let's go and look at our 5-star prediction page and see if we can pick one of the books out from there that we already know we're really excited about. And yeah, it definitely helps me not buy as many brand new books that are getting hype and just kind of waiting and going a bit slower. So yeah, and I really like this. This was the very last of this starry tissue paper. This was literally just a present that I had like last Christmas, and I've slowly used it throughout the year for different spreads and had the tiniest bit left, so I included it here. But yeah, this is what I mean by how like I can't tell you really where all the papers are from. A lot of them are purchased second hand, a lot of them are just really old. I've been journaling now for like 5-6 years total, and nowadays I do tend to just wait and see what I can reuse. But yeah, that's how this has turned out. And then these are also pages that I use absolutely every year. This is our check it out page, and this is our video ideas page. So this side is for books. I watch a lot of bookish content. I often watch bookish content when I'm doing things, such as every month I'll set up my bullet journal and I'll like have videos playing in the background. So this is just I can write check it out. And I think the purpose of this is I want to check it out, but I don't know enough about it to add it just to like my want to read list on Goodreads. This is like I've heard this mentioned, it sounds really good, I need to do some research into it and see if it would actually be good for me. So that's the kind of books that go on this page. And then over on the video ideas, this is exactly as it sounds. I have an idea for a video, a bookish video. If there's not an easy way for me to plan it in and put it down, or if I don't have my like laptop on me to add it into my ideas spreadsheet, I put it here and I've got them all in one. So yeah, that's what this one turned out like. Okay, and then our 2024 overview. So basically at the end of each month I'll write out how many books I read, how many pages I read, and then out of those books read, how many did I read physically, how many audio, how many ebook, and how many a mixture of the three. And yeah, I really like doing this. During 2023 this is almost identical. I couldn't find the exact book that I used last year, so it is a different book and it is a bit bigger and bolder. But I really like how this has turned out. It looks quite noisy and messy, but in a way that I personally really like, because I do like this like scrapbooky style. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. And then the series tracker. This is definitely what took me the longest to set up out of everything that I did for this reading journal, and it's completely my fault. I decided to plan this out a different way to normal basically. I've just been keeping it in track of like when I've started them. So like, yeah, the series I started in 2021 would all be at the start, and then the ones I started in 2022, so on. But I decided I wanted to split up into completed series so I could still see them, but like don't have to worry about this page at all basically. Series I've DNF'd, which it essentially just stops me from being stupid and buying more. And you know, like I have 100% decided that Finley Donovan is DNF for me. The first book was fine, but I don't want to read anymore. But if I'm in a charity shop and I saw book 2 for like £1, yeah, I'd be really tempted, but having this just helps me not be tempted. And then I split it up into completed series I've not complete, and that's this bit. And then we've got ongoing series, the series that I might be up to date on, I might not be, but there's still more books to come out in those series. And then what I think I'm going to do at the start of the year, I'm going to do series I started in 2024 and just have those continuing on. So you can see here I've got a key at the bottom of this page, so if it's got a dot in, I own it. If it's blank, it's unread. Yellow 2021, green 2022, orange 2023. I haven't picked a colour out for 2024 yet, but I'm sure I will do that basically as soon as the year starts. And if it's got a cross through it, it's DNF. So yeah, that's how that has gone. And honestly, I think I'm definitely going to need more than this for 2024. So I have also left both of these pages blank. I have just got a sticky note in here saying like series tracker page 3 ? I will probably just look at this towards the middle of the year and see where I'm at. If at the middle of the year I've only just finished doing this bit, I will probably just set up this page and do something different here. But if I'm well into this page, I'll have it so both pages are set up and able to be used. Yeah, then we have a readathons happening page. So this is any readathons that are happening that I'm taking part in. So I'll just put the readathon name and the dates it's taking part. So for instance, I always take part in the buzzword challenge, which will actually be here. I'll talk about that in a moment. But I also do the Iridium readathons that happen throughout the year, and I'm trying to, I would like to start taking part in the Reddit ones more. So there's r/fantasy bingo and stuff like that. So I'll go here, anything I'm taking part in, so I can just keep track of it. This page here is all for the buzzword challenge, or the buzzword 2024 reading challenge that happens. It's not been announced yet, I've not seen anything out, but this is it from last year. And essentially once the video comes out and this is available, this is just like a Instagram story thing. I'll screenshot that, print it out and put it here, and we'll keep a track of the books for that. So this page will look something like this, but obviously with whatever colour scheme and whatever prompts next year's buzzword font is. And then flipping over again, this is going to be like, I think you call this like a book bracket, but it's essentially like a book off, right? So favourite book of January, favourite book of February, they'll like compete against each other and one of them will come out on top, and then that will compete against the ones from March and April, and the one will come out on top, and eventually you get favourite book of the year. Obviously it's not necessarily your favourite book of the year, but it probably will be. But it'll be decided through what your favourite book of each month is. I don't decide my favourites this way, because one month I might read 5 books that were absolutely amazing, and the next month I might only have like 4 stars, and like none of them are 5 stars. But this is just a really fun way to have a look and keep a track a bit better. So yeah, this is essentially, it will give me a favourite book, but it's just for fun. And then all of my book buying during 2024 I'm hoping to do via the Broke Bitches book buying ban bingo. This is just one of the bingo boards that I printed out. These are all available on Instagram. The person who I know definitely has them all is this first person who's added here. I'm hoping I can zoom and you can see these tags here, but that is the Reader's Digest. They definitely have all of them on, but I know that the other people who are a part of this have some of the templates on. So yeah, this is just one of the templates, and essentially I'll write the start date here, which will probably be the 1st of January, unless there's any massive sales going on the 1st. Maybe I won't start till the 2nd, but yeah. And then once you've completed all of these, I'll write the completion date, and essentially for every bingo that you get, you can buy 1 book. So yeah, that is how that works, and I'm really excited to do that. And what I'm going to do is essentially, once this one's been completed, I will just print another bingo board out and just stick it in wherever in the reading journal that I am at the time. And then last but certainly not least, this is just a really fun page that I saw that I wanted to do, because I have zero knowledge about my reading in terms of where the authors are from at the moment. Like if you ask me where pretty much any author that I've read from is from, was born, lives, I don't think I'd be able to tell you. So this is Read Around the World. I saw Elizabeth from Plant-Based Bride do this in her reading journal setup last year, and just thought it looked so cool. I haven't set any goals or anything for this. Like if I read from 2 countries, amazing. If I read from 30, amazing. If I read from 100, very unlikely, but even more amazing. But what I'm basically going to do is like, so I imagine I read from UK authors quite a lot, so I'll colour in the UK, and at the end of the year I'll like count up how many places are coloured in and put total amount of countries and then the percentage of countries as well. Yeah, maybe in 2025 I'll make a sort of goal about this to continue to like increase it and make it better, but for right now, no goals. This is just for me to kind of see naturally. I'm not going to be thinking about this, but probably at the end of each month when I'm sorting out my book statistics for the month, I'll also look through and get all of the countries for all the authors and just put them all in as well, and we'll just see how it goes. Honestly, like I don't have a big plan with this, but I'm very excited. I don't know if this is the best map, to be perfectly honest with you, but this was just the clearest and most labelled map that I could see on the internet. Like there were ones where it looked like it was showing even more of the countries, but they weren't labelled, and my geography is not great, so yeah, I wanted as many labels as possible, as clear as possible. So you know, obviously I can look it up. I can, you know, if I read a book from a specific country in Africa and it turns out to be one of these that isn't labelled, I can go and look, right? But I made it as easy as possible for myself. But if there's any countries, if there's anything weird going on here, I'll probably figure out that at some point in the year. But for now, that's just how it is. And that is the last page of this setup. So yeah, that is everything. I am so happy and so pleased with how this turned out. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it's probably going to end up being a really long one. I do apologise about that, but I've just set up a lot of pages and I've had a lot of fun, and I really hope that you had fun watching too. Please do give the video a like if you did like it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!